Start video transmission. Post a tweet. Oh! I think we're live. Hello? 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 Okay, we are live. Nice. How's it going, everyone? Yeah. Heyo. Cool. Great to see you all. Hope you're doing all right. I am joined... Well, sorry, where are my manners? Welcome back to what is going to go down in history as one of the streams that happened today. The Fandom lives! And today, I'm joined by always illustrious, exciting, and yellow friend, TheeGreatPapychu.
That's golden to you, sir.
You are gold! Gold! Always believe in your soul. You got the power to know. Elle, thank you. The stills are incredible. I'll talk about them in a bit. I'm still kind of excited because this is only the second stream that we've done featuring these pieces of artwork done by our lovely friend Wishful Vixen. Very cool. How are you, Papychu?
Nervous.
You'll be all right. It'll be fine. We're just playing a video game together and talking about stuff.
Alright, I've got Pikachu to give me serotonin. I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah. Anyway, let's do some pre-stream announcements. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're doing all right. Remember to keep it kind in the chat. We are a community, or at least we're attempting to sort of build a community together through this series. Let's be respectful.
Excuse me.
Do ask us questions during the stream. We do have a general sort of theme and structure to this. But if you'd like to ask us any questions, just I am Vanwood. Papychu is TheeGreatPapychu with 2 E's, which is an exciting feature.
Smiley face. So that they know who I am. Here we go. Smiley face.
Smiley face. Great. We'll talk about that stuff in a bit. Our merch is on sale. Look in the link below for hoodies, face masks, t-shirts, etc. Lots of stuff. All very comfy. All very good value for money. So yeah, do avail yourself of that. If you are interested in seeing, this is basically the Fandom Lives is a series about talking to different content creators, and if there's somebody that you'd like us to have on the show, let us know. You can join the Discord again. Link is below, and we'll see who we can get onto the program. So yeah, any suggestions gratefully received. I have been surprised by who we have had on the show, not least of which Papychu, absolute gem. Thank you for giving up some of your time. After this, I'm gonna... Oh, no, it's all right. After this, I'm going to go to the Discord VC and just briefly say hi. If you want to say hi, that's where I'll be to kind of feedback after the stream and just chill. I'm told that I'm relatively funny. So maybe...
I'll be there too. I might be distracted with some Final Fantasy.
Yeah, you're playing Final Fantasy VII right now, right?
Yes! Or I was. I paused it now so that I could focus on this. Cause
are you...
HD is no fun.
Are you playing the OG?
No, the remake.
Remake?
The PS4.
Oh, man. I need to restart that. I made a mistake in my playthrough of Remake, and that is I went through all of the warnings at the end of the game saying, you know, the end of this final boss, he's really powerful. Are you sure you want to keep on going? And you go through like 3 warnings of the game saying, you can't turn back if you do this. And I'm like, no, I'll be fine. I'm like level 36. No worries. There were worries. There was a problem. I should have, oh, God. I haven't finished the game yet. Because I was like, oh.
It's like, are you ready? I'm ready!
Yep.
I was not ready.
And at that moment, he knew. Anyway, next thing. Yes, thank you so much to Nick Nitro, who's the composer or co-composer, I guess, of the theme tune of the show that you're about to listen to, as well as, once again, massive shout out to Wishful Vixen, who created the animating images of myself and Papychu. Also made a one-off thing of Jespo voices last time. I think Vixen might be trying to make art of every guest, which would be flipping ridiculous. But there you go. But yeah, that's all the notices from my side. Pappy, anything from you?
I can't stop staring at my still. I look absolutely precious.
I know. I just love how you're like snuggling into the corner. See, I'm a bit uncomfortable because I don't have any legs. But you're all there. It's great. Love it. Anyway.
Everything except for the bottom of my heel.
Oh yeah.
It's just slightly clipping off.
Oh man, I done goofed. Oh, do you have a link to the artist's YouTube if they have one? I love the art, want to follow them. Wishful Vixen is the author of a Undertale comic called London Tale. If you look up London Tale, you'll find Wishful Vixen, you'll find all of that stuff. I don't have a link. I don't think we get put a link of Wishful in the description, but it's only a Google away. If you Google London Tale, you'll find it. That's a great question. Keep them coming. It would be great to hear from you. Wonderful to have you all. Great to be here. I hope you're excited for the continuation of our playthrough of Deltarune and our discussion with Papychu as we begin once again. The Phantom lives! Ah! And welcome back. How are we doing, everyone? All good? Hope you like that. I like it. I'm a little bit biased, but here we are. We're playing Deltarune and talking about Undertale / Deltarune / the fandom. Hence the name, The Fandom Lives. Papychu?
Yep, all while Papychu dies in the corner.
Oh, no. You said you got a cough, right?
Yeah, I just letting everyone know I do have a bit of a cough, so if I start coughing, I'm sorry.
Are you
I
gonna?
can't make it stop.
You gonna be okay? You said you had some OJ, right? Orange soda.
Orange soda.
Orange soda.
OJ is like the worst thing you could drink when you have a cough.
Is it?
Yeah,
I thought it'd be,
especially if you're
soothing.
if you've got like a cold or something, and like your sinuses are like blocked. Orange juice is the worst thing you could drink when you're sick.
I mean, I thought orange juice had like vitamin C in it, and that's good for stuff like colds, isn't it?
The vitamin C is, but like I think there's like other stuff in the orange juice that's not very good for you, especially if you're drinking like Sunny D, where most of it's just gone.
Oh yeah, Sunny D isn't.
It makes you worse when you're sick.
Sunny D is more additives than juice, twisted and evil. No,
Which is sad because I actually very much enjoy Sunny D.
I mean it. Man, I taste more, maltodextrose than actual juice when I have Sunny D. I think when I was a kid, like in this is showing my age now. When I was a kid in the 90s, Sunny D was all the rage, and then it quickly disappeared in the UK, which is obviously where I am, because people were like, yes, so yeah, kids are bouncing off the walls. So maybe don't feed them, something with quite an impressive half-life as Sunny D.
You can't. You just can't match the power pack taste of Sunny D.
The power pack, genuinely, people. I have a secret theory that there was someone in the 1990s who drank Sunny D, gained superpowers, and then the government shut it all down. Pretty sure.
If it makes you feel any better about your age, I was a baby in the 90s, so I was a wee bab.
No. I mean, I'm going to throw it out there. I was born 1990. So I remember the world before Pokemon, which I'm sure.
Okay, never mind then, because I was born in 97. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you don't remember what the world was like before Pokemon. Literally everything was grey. There was no colour at all. And then they released the first season, and then suddenly everyone saw all the colours that you see on screen right now. That's actually true. Anyway, let's talk about Pokemon. Let's talk about Undertale. Let's talk about you. Papychu is a member of the TwoAllNighters team, but that's not the beginning for you. Do you want to talk about who you are, what you do, the kind of connection that you have with the fandom and stuff?
I know I started the fandom maybe like a year late at most. It was just something random that came across my YouTube feed. The very first thing I ever saw of Undertale was an animation called Cooking with Undyne, and I was curious because growing up I loved animation. I wanted to animate. I to this day I'm still animating. But I saw that animation and I was like, "What's this?" And so I clicked on it. And I got super confused as to what I was watching. I was like, "What the actual?" I got curious. I started searching more and more of it, and then eventually I ran smack into Undertale.
Do you remember who did that animation?
I can't remember. I know I can easily search it up, but I can't remember who created it.
Okay, because Cooking with Undyne is one of the animations that Gail Rice did early on. Gail's a really good animator. I don't.
Oh, it was Nathan Irvin. It's like a 5-year-old animation.
Okay. Is it like a similar sort of style to Blundertail? Do you remember Blundertail?
Yeah, I know Undertale.
Such a
don't.
Fun. Oh, love it.
I don't remember because that was a long ago. Jesus.
Okay, so you're watching this animation and you think this is something that I want to get into. Does that like springboard? What does that lead to? What's next?
It wasn't necessarily something I wanted to get into. It was just something that I was curious of and needed context to, because that video provided no context. It was just Undyne smashing a bunch of spaghetti with a derpy frisk in the background. I was like, what? So I started doing a little bit more digging.
Yeah.
And as I said, I ran into somebody doing a playthrough. And so I started... I didn't have a computer back when I was like 18, when I first got into the fandom. So I didn't have the luxury of playing Undertale first before like watching it on YouTube and stuff. No, I had to watch it on YouTube. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna play this game. I watched someone play through the Pacifist run was the first playthrough that I ever saw. That was my introduction to Undertale right then and there. And at first I thought, it doesn't look so good, and then nobody's gonna be surprised that I'm saying this, but I found out about Papyrus, and suddenly I was obsessed with the game.
Okay. What was it about Papyrus that really stood out?
He's just adorable. Even to this day, I still feel the same about him. He's just absolutely precious. He just seems like a really big sweetheart.
K-round practice self-care. Nice. Sorry, I'm playing the game and talking to you at the same time. Multitasking has never really been my thing, but I do get a dose of practice doing this stream, I got to tell you. Okay. So you watched some playthroughs and you just thought, Papyrus, yes, now I'm invested. You said that you kind of went on to start trying out like animation and stuff. What was the kind of time frame here? So you discovered Undertale, say, 2016-ish. And
yeah, like very, very early 2016. Like January, February, somewhere around that time.
yeah. Oh, wow. I have minimized the game and it's starting to get a bit... Oh, wow. I didn't realize that it could... I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted because the game is... Oh, wow.
No, I saw it too. The text got all garbled and was like, whoa.
It did. You got to take your turns in this game, man. I thought I was going to take a break and take a look at my next question, but apparently not. Can I use some dark candy on Rosse, please? And then I will defend. Nice. Oh. Oh no.
Oh.
The crown is 35% loose. We will bow deeply. I gotta be honest, I'm a huge fan of this particular track in this battle. I think it's great. Can't get enough.
Yeah, I only played Deltarune maybe a couple times, so I don't remember a lot about it, but I do admit that I did like the soundtrack. There's something about Deltarune soundtrack that just makes you feel nostalgic for literally everything you do. And that's what I love about it.
Totally. Anyway, let me see if I can see a next question here. So, you wanted to... You were watching Undertale. You wanted to kind of express yourself creatively, I guess? What is your creative expression, then? Is it art? Is it... I mean, I know that you do streaming. Do you want to talk about how, like, you got started in that?
For streaming?
Yeah.
It actually it actually happened at random. Because before I had TheeGreatPapychu, I actually had a completely different YouTube channel. I'm not going to say the name because that channel is dead and it's nothing but cringe and I refuse to look back on it.
Okay.
Back when I was using an iPod and a bunch of books as a tripod. And those I'm not proud of those days. That's how you can tell I was broke. But I did a lot of gaming when I was much younger.
Yeah.
Because I actually started doing YouTube stuff in like maybe late 2011.
Oh, okay.
And I had that channel. And then when I found out about Undertale, I'm an artist. For those of y'all who do know what the work that I do, that I primarily do artwork aside from like maybe the animations or the voice acting. I wanted to start doing Undertale speed paints, so I started TheeGreatPapychu, like, and then I started uploading speed paints, and then from there I kind of just branched out to like voice acting, gaming, my reaction videos especially. Those are the ones that get the most attention, and I don't know why. I think people just like watching me scream.
Okay, like so you basically jumped into lots of different bits and pieces. I mean,
Yep.
of all of them, which one do you really think that you enjoyed the most, I guess?
Gaming, honestly. I like playing video games. And when I started doing this thing on my channel where every Saturday I stream, but I let the community decide what I stream. So funny enough, I'm looking back at my community poll, and right now, so far, they want me to stream Deltarune next week.
Amazing. That's so good.
Yeah, the week before I did a pacifist Undertale run, and then the week before that one was a genocide run.
Yeah, I remember.
I have the
in
genocide one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did pop in on that one.
I did. I said hi briefly. It was cool. It's really fun, and I think there's a degree of like interactivity through live streaming that I really like. I mean, have you ever done Twitch before?
I actually do have a Twitch. I just don't stream on it often because half the time my computer likes to argue with me. Before it decided to oof itself, I actually recently lost that computer because it I remember I was on a VC in the fan server and I was streaming some Pokemon, and then out of nowhere my computer decided to just oof itself, and I kept getting the blue screen of death. I was like, well, I could kiss that computer goodbye.
Oh man. You think that there
Yeah,
was
so
an issue with like using Twitch that caused your entire computer to like crash and stuff?
no, I think my capture card is just overwhelmed the CPU on my computer. I think that's just what happened. But I'm using a friend's laptop now, so I'm streaming again, but it's just games that the laptop can handle at the moment.
Okay, so you're doing like Undertale. Obviously, you're going to do Deltarune next week. You said you also do Pokemon. Is that right?
Yes. Look
Okay.
at me. I'm a Pikachu.
It's true. It's true. What are you currently streaming like Pokemon wise?
Sword and Shield mostly. If I'm not, I like doing shiny hunts, so I'll constantly shiny hunt. But I have different methods of doing it. The only 3 that I know that I do so far are the Let's Go Pikachu, shiny hunting, which is way too easy. It's almost a crime. The Sword and Shield Dynamax adventures or the Max Lair raids. You can shiny hunt legendary Pokemon in that one, and that's why I do it. Currently on the hunt for my Bacon Boy. Still have not found my Bacon Boy. And then the third one is soft resetting. So I know I think the last Pokemon I was soft resetting for was Shiny Virizion in the Crown Tundra.
Okay. Okay. So like, I mean, I got to be honest with you. I've played a few of the Pokemon games. Like, I think the most obscure one I played was the GameCube Colosseum, which was I enjoyed it, but it was quite a slog because the battles take a long time. Because there's lots of like animated cutscenes and stuff.
Yeah, Pokemon XD cleaned up a lot of stuff that Colosseum messed up on, so that's why XD Gale of Darkness is one of my favorite GameCube games.
Oh, cool. Along with Wind Waker. We were talking about Wind Waker earlier.
Oh yeah, nothing's gonna take Wind Waker's spot in my heart.
No.
It'll be there.
I don't know. Yeah, sorry, like an obscure question on the subject of Wind Waker. I've played the original Wind Waker. I've also played the HD remake that came out like only if it feels like a few years ago. It's probably been longer, but like I didn't really notice any difference. Did you notice that? Have you played the HD remake?
I have both of them.
Yeah. Is there like a big difference?
Aside from like graphical quality, there are maybe a few small differences. Like the Tingle Tuner was switched out for Miiverse bottles, which you can no longer use because Nintendo shut down Miiverse.
Oh, dear.
And then when you're hunting for the Triforce pieces in the HD remake, it's not as tedious as the original. They changed it out to where
Yeah, you get
not
like
only
a map,
do
don't you?
Yeah, like in the original, you would find the maps and then you would have to get them deciphered and then go for the pieces. Some chests in the remake just straight up have pieces in them.
Oh, okay.
So there's no back and forth craziness going on in the remake. It's a lot easier.
Okay. Someone was asking in the chat. I forgot what your name was. Let me scroll up a little bit. Tem was asking, "What's your favorite AU?" And that I guess that relates to Undertale. Do you connect with that kind of stuff? Do you know like
Undertale AUs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I have my own Undertale AU.
That's fair. Do you have any favorites? I suppose you probably, yours is probably your favorite, but tell us more about your AU.
My AU, goodness.
Yeah.
I haven't had anybody ask me that question in a long time because I've just been so busy working on it and I'm not social. God help me.
I mean, don't do anything you're uncomfortable with, but
I have to explain this in like the most simplest way possible because it's a bit of a complicated mess at the moment. Basically, the game, or quote unquote the game or the world, is kind of crapping in on itself, and the characters are basically trying to stop that.
Okay. Is it set in like a completely different like timeline, or is it like post-pacifist, or what?
It's post-neutral, but it's still technically an alternate universe because I did tweak around a lot of stuff about the classic Undertale. Like, for example, the fighting system in that game's a little different. Not the game, the AU. In my AU, they have this system where their soul can turn into a weapon of their choosing, but everybody has like one set weapon they could change into. So like Sans and Papyrus both have swords, Gaster's got a scythe, Undyne's got a bow and arrow, Toriel has a hammer. The list just goes on, really.
Oh, okay.
Think about it like Steven Universe.
Well, yeah, it's
Definitely,
that,
sounds
and
like I can do it.
there's an anime like that, right? Oh, it's been forever since I've seen it, but yeah, that's like when characters can turn into weapons. That sort of vibe. That's cool though. I like that. I don't think I've ever heard an AU where that's a thing. So that's pretty sick.
An anime where characters turn into weapons. The only one I can think about when I think of that premise is Soul Eater.
I think that's it, isn't it? That's Soul Eater. That's the one I'm thinking of.
I think, yeah, but basically for my Undertale AU, there's stuff in the prequel. By the way, I'm writing a prequel at the moment. It's a comic. There's not a lot of pages out at the moment, but it's gonna explain a lot of stuff that happens during the main story. Hint, hint, wink, wink. The game kind of like gets corrupted, or like the save file for that game gets corrupted.
Yeah.
So everything that's happening in my AU is happening behind one of the error screens you get in Undertale when you try to mess around with the files. I think specifically it's happening behind the annoying dog error screen, because that one's just funny to me.
Oh, that's
It's
sick.
like, haha, all this death and destruction. Meanwhile, on the other side of the screen, you just get puppy.
that sounds
That's
really
funny.
cool. I
Yeah, so-
I love like AUs that in some way do connect, or at least like try to connect with the actual core game, because so many AUs they really get so far away. It's basically unrecognizable from the original. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean,
Yeah, so basically,
yeah. Sorry, please keep going.
a computer virus gets into the game system and the game starts like folding in on itself, and the characters are trying to get rid of that quote unquote computer virus. However, the computer virus can infect characters and NPCs and make them super feral and violent. And
Wow.
and from there they act as like hosts, and they can spread the virus onto other people. And if the virus gets out to too many people, the game will collapse in on itself and get destroyed.
Yeah. Man, that sounds like
So-
a really cool premise. I love it.
Yeah, so like think about it as like you get a game and you mess with the file, or like you downloaded something you weren't supposed to. You got a virus off of that, and your entire computer caves in on itself. That's basically what's happening, except it's just a video game.
Oh man, that sounds really cool. Just gonna freaking finish this combat, because apparently I can't finish combats anymore. I can't stop during. Yeah. Amazing.
Look at the little bunny. I'm sorry, rabbits are my favorite animal.
Oh.
I like the little tiny one.
A soft and clean boy.
It's so fluffy and cute.
Yeah. We have some
yeah,
pet rabbits over here.
Aw, yeah. I think I've had my AU for a while now. I remember I made it in September of 2016. It was made on September 3rd, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go back and look at the first post I made about it, but I've had it for a while now, so I've had a lot of time to work on it.
Yeah.
I remember at first it started off as a novel because I couldn't art to save my life. I couldn't art if you pointed a gun at my head and told me draw. I couldn't do it.
It takes
So
practice.
it started off as yeah, it is. It took me. I've been drawing since I was like 10 years old, so I've been at this for like the past 14 years. So it started off as a novel, and I got maybe like 10 chapters in, and like the chapters all had like more than 1,000 words to it. God help me, I love to write. And then I got tired of the novels because I felt like nobody was reading them. People paid more attention to art than they did with stories, and that made me a little heartbroken. So I jumped ship from novelization, and I went straight to comic making.
Yeah.
And I did comic work for about maybe 3 years. I progressed. Fairy Tail, my AU's name is Fairy Tail, by the way. It has a comic, but at the moment, it is on an indefinite hiatus. At one point, I think it was like the 212th page, I stopped. Because I decided, okay, my art style is definitely not good enough for this. I should just stop. But then like a good couple months later, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna animate it. So now my story is being animated. Like to this day, I'm still working on it.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of bits and pieces of like what you've been able to do. Oh man, talk us through like what it's like to animate something. Like, there's obviously loads of complexity to it. Maybe you could give us a bit more insight or something.
I know. From what everybody else who animates tells you, they're like, "Oh, animation's hard." Yes, it is hard. Do not underestimate animation. It takes way too long. Especially if you're like an animator, say you're doing like maybe 30 to 40 minutes episodes, you're at that thing for months. And it's crazy difficult because there's a whole bunch of stuff that you got to plan for. You've got to storyboard what's going to happen. You got to write out the dialogue. You got to figure out audio. You've got to figure out visuals. You got to figure out, okay, what's going to happen in this episode or this story or this thing. You got to worry about frame rate. You got to worry about quality. There's way too many stuff that you have to pay attention to. But usually it's all worth it in the end because you people can make these amazing creations, and it makes me a little bit jealous because half the stuff I make looks derpy.
I'm sure that's not true. I mean, we were just talking earlier on about the fact that you do your own artwork for your YouTube channel, right? So you're making your own thumbnails, and you know, you were saying that this icon on the left here is adorable, but the work that you do for your channel is fantastic too. I think often we can get kind of disillusioned with ourselves, but I don't know, it's always worth remembering that other people potentially are looking at you and what you're doing and thinking, oh wow, that's fantastic, in the same way that you would look at, you know, someone else. Like, let's say for instance Wish, you might look at Wish's work and think, oh my god, that's incredible, you know, I'll never get to that level.
I do look at Wish's art like that. It's gorgeous, dude.
But like, you're on your own journey as well, aren't you?
This, but it's gonna take some time.
Yeah, and I think it's okay to think, well, I'm not there necessarily yet, or maybe you feel like you're not, and maybe you're closer than perhaps you think you are. And
oh look, there's Wish right now.
A what?
It just popped in the chat. This is not Wish praise hour.
Oh wow!
But I will say this: when I first started the animation, or my animation, my story, I definitely wasn't 100% confident in it. But as of this year, I'm starting to get a little bit more faith in my art for each day that passes. I at the moment, while working on like my art commissions, Saturdays are the days I don't work on them. So today's like a free day for me. That's why I'm playing Final Fantasy. But when I'm not working on my commissions, I'll like go in and I'll start stockpiling sketches for like my projects, because there's still stuff that I want to do aside from like commission work. But I looked at the sketches I did now, and then I looked back at the last time I drew the character, and I think, oh my god, why didn't it look like this back in the past? Look at how derpy the old drawing looks. Like, I'm starting to acknowledge that my art's constantly changing still, and that I'm getting better at it. I went from my Sans looking like a derpy gremlin to like a squishy little marshmallow, and I'm not so sure how to feel about that.
Yeah, awesome. But I think it's important to like not get too discouraged, I guess, and to know that you are always improving. Like, you know, I'd like to hope that the work that I've been doing, although obviously I have a job and this is something I do as a hobby, I'm still kind of continually improving at it. And, you know, for evidence of that, I only need to look back at the stuff that I was doing 2 or 3 years ago and think, yeah, what I do now is better than what I was doing then. So, you know, and that's good. It means that I'm on that progress. I'm on that journey.
Yep, and I'm still like I'm aware that I'm still improving, and I just have to be patient with myself. It's just a matter of just keep going. I don't know, for those of y'all who feel discouraged about something, just keep going, man. I know for those of y'all who know me personally, I tend to beat myself up from time to time. But I'm pretty sure that's the depression talking a lot. So You just gotta keep going. Don't stop. Keep going.
Yeah.
You'll make it. It's just gonna take some time.
Yeah, and if you need to take some time to rest, that's fine. You know?
Spoken like true hypocrite, I am.
Yep. Anyway, what were we saying? So let's kind of reset. You've talked about the arts. You talked about the AU. You've talked about the oh crumbs. The whole
My introduction.
yeah, the whole the various variety of things that you're doing. You've talked about reacting to stuff and the fact that that's been something that's been really received well. Do you want to talk a bit more about that? Like, what have you reacted to specifically? What's the React video that's gotten the most views?
My animosity, I think, by far, no competition. My reaction to the Glitch Tale episode Animosity at the moment has the highest views for any of my reaction videos. It's crazy though. Like, my stuff is usually in the thousands. Like,
Yeah.
I never get past 4,000 when it comes to my reaction videos. Animosity currently sits at 22,000. It surpassed every other reaction video that I have. I don't know why. You would think, spoiler alert for Glitch Tale, by the way, but you would think that people probably came to my video to watch me react to Santa's death. But like, fun fact, that was a live stream. My stream cut itself off the moment Sans' death came up, so I never recorded it. I couldn't go back to do...
Oh. You've just cut out. Can you hear me? Uh-oh! Oh, man. The irony is not lost on me that just talking about things cutting out and it's literally just happened. That's beautiful. Bear with us, everybody. Thanks for your patience. We're going to get back to Deltarune in a sec. Yep. Papychu's dropped. We're gonna carry on playing this, and hopefully they'll get back in the next few minutes. This stuff happens. This is live. This is live entertainment. It's what we do. Let's talk about their birthday. What would you like for your birthday? Something else. Okay. Nice.
Sorry about that. I just realized that since I'm on mobile, my Discord tends to cut me out completely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leave the call and rejoin it to fix it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of got my hands tied a little bit here.
Oh, that's fine.
My goodness, did you... I just love... I was just saying to everybody, I love the fact that you were talking about the fact that your stream cut out. And then you immediately cut out. It's a pretty beautiful moment. I loved it.
I was trying to shorten what I was saying. People often come to see me react to Sans' death, but it's not... That part of the video is not there because my stream died.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
that's pretty much it. But I mostly react to Underverse and Glitch Tale, but since the creators understandably take a while to make new episodes, I kind of just start straying off to other stuff. I'll be like, half the time, like, I know a lot of people get super impatient with animations, like, coming out. They're like, yeah, when's the next episode? I, as an animator myself, know the struggle, so I'll sit there and be like, okay, take your time, and then I'll go and get distracted with something else until the next episode drops. And then I'm like, wait, already? How long has it been?
Yeah, totally. Save point. That was just what I was looking for. Cool. So we were talking about, obviously, what you were doing in terms of the streaming, the reacting videos. I mean, my reaction to that is, if your reaction to Animosity got lots of views, it's because, obviously, the source material is really, really popular as well. That probably has an impact. I suppose that leads me to, like, the next question, and I've talked to most, if not all, of our guests about this idea. There's obviously a sort of exposure elements to reacting to the right things, to the things that are popular. Now, how do you balance like the desire to be seen and to gain exposure against, you know, creating stuff that you want to create, like for instance, Fury Tale? Oh, sorry.
Don't hate me for this, but
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. Could you say that one more time?
Oh, okay. No. Are you still there?
I'm here. I think I've mentioned this before the stream started. I'm deaf out of my left ear, so half the time I can't hear anything.
Okay. I'll just kind of truncate it. Basically, how do you balance creating stuff that you know more people will see against creating stuff that you actually want to make?
Let me give you the short answer. I don't.
What does that mean? Can you elaborate on that?
So I've had ADHD since I was very, very young, which means that my ability to focus on something, I can't focus. It's impossible for me to focus. So everything that I do is usually on a whim. There are days where I wake up and I decide, okay, I want to do some fan art. And then there are days where I wake up and I'm like, okay, I want to work on my own stuff. And then there are the days I wake up and like, yeah, let's do a video, or let's play some video games, or let's go do anything else and just sleep all day. Everything, it's all at random for me. So technically I have no balance, but it's only because I can't balance. I used to work on a schedule. That schedule didn't last a week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like, I remember I was supposed to, like, I would do my animation work, on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And I would just focus those 3 days all day for as long as I can stay awake, just work on my animation. And then like Mondays, I'll do YouTube stuff, and then Tuesday I'll work on my comic, and other days, and then Saturdays are still my days off. Like to this day, I take every Saturday off to just get some R&R, because doing art and managing a YouTube channel and being a voice actor can be very draining on your brain. And you need time to unwind, otherwise you can't perform at your best.
That's right. Yeah, I think that's really wise. And it's always tough to like get into habits of like work. I think you've described something that sounds really good, like setting aside different days to focus on different elements, especially like in your position, you do so many different bits and pieces.
Yep. Once again, I tried doing that. It didn't last a week. I just went back to randomness like a week after.
I guess if you had to choose one of the things that you're doing right now, which one would you choose?
If I had to pick between my art, my YouTube, and my voice acting?
Yeah.
Probably my art, because I've been doing it much longer than everything else. For YouTube, I've only been doing it for maybe 5 to 6 years. And for voice acting, I've only been doing it for 2 years. I've been drawing for 14 years.
Okay. And does that like encapsulate all of the Fury Tale work? Because you said that you do comics for that, right?
I used to do comic work for Fury Tale, but I stopped the comics so that I can animate it. The prequel story, though, is a comic, and I'm currently working on that one. But at the moment, I kind of haven't been working on it because I have other priorities that I gotta take care of. Like art commissions. I'm broke. I need to eat.
Okay. How long have you been doing commissions for?
I think for maybe about, I want to say 4 years now. 5 years. Not very long.
Okay. I'm trying to think about like a follow-up question to it. So the art is the thing that you're kind of most passionate about, but then you have the reaction stuff that's gotten a lot more sort of exposure. Yeah. I guess the main thing that I'm thinking about in the running of this show, this stream, is to basically discuss the fact that there's a difference there, you know? That's fair enough.
Sorry.
Next question. Oh, crumbs. You're on your phone, right?
Yeah, I'm on mobile.
Have you done like any of the? Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at the chat. Hi Papychu, hi Vanwood. Do you guys like any other story-based RPG game that you would recommend to the community other than Undertale and Deltarune? That's a brilliant question, artist. Thank you.
Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, we've already talked about Wind Waker, haven't we?
Yeah.
Do you have any like other recommendations apart from Wind Waker?
In the Zelda franchise, or like just any other game in general?
I mean, Zelda franchise. I mean, I've only ever played. Okay, cards on the table. I've only ever played Breath of the Wild once, but I loved it, and I desperately want to play it again. But I don't really want to pay. Don't want to pay for a Nintendo Switch as much as it costs because I don't think it's a fair price. So I'm kind of waiting for the price to go down.
So like other RPG stuff, like I know I play Zelda a lot. Like if I had to pick 4 of my favorite Zelda games, it would be Wind Waker, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, and Breath of the Wild, even though that one probably might be the most generic answer right now. But other stuff, like I like a lot of Square Enix games. The very first Square Enix game I ever played was Chrono Trigger. My lord, I still love Chrono Trigger. It's one of my favorite RPGs to play.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger's
Don't get me
pretty special. I mean, I actually didn't play Chrono Trigger until relatively late on, but I do remember after like the first arc when you're rescuing. Oh my god, I can't even remember the name of the female lead.
I remember her name. I just never knew how to pronounce it. I think it was pronounced Marley or something like that.
Yeah, Marl or
M-A-R-L-E. I never knew how to pronounce it.
I've always pronounced it Marl. But there's a moment where you rescue her from like being erased from time, and she says, when she comes back, she's like, "Oh my goodness, I couldn't feel anything. Is that what it's like to die?" And I was there like, "Whoa, that's pretty heavy."
Cool. Now I know what that feels like. Anyways.
Oh my god. But like I just thought it was incredible, and a lot of the themes of the Final Fantasy series, like Final Fantasy VII, if we think about that at its core, it's a pretty full-on premise, right? It's like world-ending pollution, basically, a kind of cautionary tale. Yeah, mad.
It's funny that we mentioned Final Fantasy VII because at the moment, right before the stream started, I actually was playing Final Fantasy VII, and it's still paused. I'm staring at the menu right now.
Where are you at with it?
At the I restarted my save file because the last time I touched the game was May last year, so I was like, "Oh, cool! I forgot everything. I'm gonna restart." So now I'm at Chapter 3. So I'm at the Sector 8 slums right now.
Oh, okay. Is Sector 8 the Aerith place?
No, it's like the place where all the poor people live.
Yeah, but there's 2 main regions, right? There's the one where Tifa runs around with you and you do all the jobs, and then there's the one with Aerith with the chill music.
And at the moment, I'm at the part where Tifa runs around with you and you're doing all the jobs. Like I'm looking for looking for the little kitty cats right now.
Oh, amazing! Yeah. That's a really cool bit. They've added a lot of content to that.
And then the white one ran off, and I can't find it. I've been searching for like an hour now. Where did this cat go?
Use the mini map, man. I'm pretty sure like that. There's like indicators on the map where they are.
I was looking at the main map. I wasn't looking at the mini map. I haven't tried the mini map.
Oh my god. No, that's really cool. I think Chrono Trigger is a great recommendation. There was something that came out relatively recently that was in the same kind of style as Undertale. I've forgotten what it's called. Never mind. Chrono Trigger is the big one. The original kind of Final Fantasy VII or the remake, both are fantastic. I'm going to bring up my Steam list and just see like what I've got. Sorry, I'll let you finish. Sorry, crack on.
No, it's okay. I know this one doesn't get a lot of praise, but Final Fantasy VI is also a really good RPG.
Okay.
Yeah, I just love Kefka's character. He's one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters, and it's sad that I don't see the game get the recognition it deserves, because it's a little iffy in some places, but like it's still really good. I mean, you you get some heavy stuff in that game too. Like Jesus Christ, I had an existential crisis at the age of 12
Oh,
because
crumbs.
of that game.
Yeah, I brought up my Steam list, and now I'm getting reminded of loads of games that I really like. If you want like a sort of a bit style sort of RPG with a bit of a twist, there's this game called Recetear, Recettear, in which you're like a anime character running an item shop in a fantasy town full of adventurers. So you're playing the item shop owner, not the adventurer, and it's brilliant.
Oh.
It's so good. It's so god damn it. I just played it for days and days. So good. Amazing.
I wish I had the luxury to buy myself some new games. I've kind of just been using old ones I've had since I was a child.
Oh, Papychu, I'll buy you that one. Yeah, I'll buy you that one after this. It's so good. Another one worth playing is Papers, Please. Again, it's got a bit of a heavy theme. A simple game loop. Really, really cool.
I know what that one is. I've always wanted to play it.
Yeah, it's that one is like, yeah, your choices have consequences in the same way. In the same way you feel as you get to the end of the neutral run on Undertale. Paper Please feels like that all the way through, in a really overwhelming way. So you know it's a tough one. Like it's it makes you think. Those would be my recommendations, I think. What else? Are there any other questions?
If I had just one more video game recommendation, I don't know if it technically counts as an RPG or not, but like any of the games made by Team Ico are my absolute favorite. They are absolute gems. Like Ico, The Last Guardian, and Shadow of the Colossus. Those are my favorites.
Shadow of the Colossus is a triumph, isn't it? It's so good.
I remember I have very, very faint memories of when I witnessed the ending, Shadow of the Colossus. Spoiler alert, by the way. So nobody can get mad at me. I warned you.
Yeah.
But at the end, when you've beaten all the Colossus, I remember watching my stepfather play it. And we sat there, like, I was excited to see what would happen if you beat this game, because he never let me touch the PS2, even though it was my PS2.
Oh. Yeah,
and he beats the game, and we see the ending play out. And so when Wander gets freaking killed, our jaws are on the floor. We're like, "What just happened?" And then he turns into the doorman, and we're like, "What is happening?" And then we see him turn into a baby, and we're like, "What just happened?" And then the horse is alive, and we're like, "I'm done." I got up and walked out. Like, okay, no, I didn't expect the game to do that.
Yeah, totally. But if you want like amazing, epic, tear-jerky moments in games, you could do worse than the original Last of Us. But yeah, cool. Moving on. So we've talked about like what you're doing, what you're creating, the kind of balance between the projects that you're passionate about that you want to bring to the world in terms of your art and storytelling, along with the things that you know are going to be successful. I suppose the kind of closing question is, we've already kind of stemmed into little pieces of advice that I've kind of picked out here and there about like how do you stay motivated, all that kind of stuff, and that you've kind of in a place where you're a little bit struggling with that right now. But like in general, what advice would you give somebody on this stream who was thinking about starting art and might not know where to begin?
If I had to give advice to somebody starting art, it's definitely gonna be really difficult because there's gonna be a lot of stuff you gotta learn. But once you get the hang of it, it's usually worth it. And no matter how discouraged you can get, no matter how bad you may feel about it, I think I said this already, the most important thing is to just keep going with it, because eventually you're gonna get better. Eventually there's gonna be the day where you can look at your creations and think, yeah, I did a really good job with this. There are going to be the days where people can see the stuff you create, and people can tell you like, hey, you're doing a good job, and you can get the reassurance you need to keep going. The most important thing though is to just believe in yourself. Don't stop, don't give in no matter what happens, and you'll climb that, you'll reach the top of that mountain one day. It's just going to take some time.
That is gold. Oh my god. You've made my day. That was amazing. Awesome.
Make it into a duck.
Make it into a duck. The head is a duck. The body
someone's
is a
gonna
duck.
quote that.
The shoe
Beautiful,
is a duck.
fiery quote, and then immediately after, make it a duck.
Oh my god. That's amazing. It's been made into a duck. It's happened. Oh, Heartbound. That's the name of the game. Thank you, Wish. The new one. Yeah. Your machine sucks ass. Is that okay? Yes, it is. Wow, looks nasty. Are you sure you aren't evil? No, I suppose we just have a knack for it.
I saw somebody ask, who's your favorite Deltarune characters? Mine is Susie.
Oh, man. Snap. Yeah, totally. I totally agree. I think she's definitely the most layered. She's got the most going on. Love it.
She's the most chaotic, and I love chaotic characters. That's
Sorry.
why I like Kefka so much for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's right.
Chaotic.
And it's why I like none of the cast of freaking Final Fantasy VII. No, I'm kidding. I'm a Barrett fanboy, always will be. Cool. What I'm doing is I'm gonna finish playing through this cutscene, find a save point, and we can finish up. Do you have any closing sort of like remarks or thoughts or observations or anything like that?
Peanut butter.
You know, I think, given everything that's happened in the last year, I think that's probably the most sensible thing I've heard. So thank you.
Oh, you know what? I should have said EBDB. Darn it, I ruined it. Oh well.
What could have been? Right, I need to find a save point.
It's
The
like,
quest
oh,
for a
great,
save point.
The great Papychu of wisdom. Share some of your wares with us. I just crouch in the corner. EBDB.
Run from the flying creature. I can't believe I haven't voiced Papyrus yet in this stream, and your name is Papychu. I feel like it's a missed opportunity.
It's a missed opportunity. I haven't voiced Pikachu. Here, I'll do it.
Pika!
Oh my god! Oh my god.
I can be Pikachu anytime. Just snap your fingers and it'll be done.
It sounds so good. How do I get past this bit? How do I get past this bit? I just want a save point! I just want to find a save point!
Oh, you need to go down, I believe.
Down?
Oh, no, not down. Up. Up. Yeah, go along the route and just go up.
Hang on,
No,
hang
not
on.
in the middle route. The outer
This
ring.
one. This one. Up. I'm confused! Hang on.
Okay, you'll find it somewhere. Because there's like a hidden path somewhere and you've
Yeah,
got to find it.
I see it. There's something here. Ha ha! Though hard to see, there was a switch in the tree. No better price
go.
than free. There we go. These guys are taking a rest, and I think I am about to as well. We are. Brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I thought that was a really, really neat chat. I enjoyed it very, very much. Thank you for joining me. And thank you for joining us, everybody.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for your questions. There were some real gems in there. And we'll keep coming next time. We are due to stream in every 2 weeks at 8 p.m. It's British Summer Time, not Greenwich Mean Time. I got it wrong and I made Papychu panic, so I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, we're going to jump over to Discord to hang out. It'll be great to see you there. Thank you for joining us. Remember...
You can hear me rage over not being able to find this white kitty cat in Final Fantasy VII.
Indeed! So join us for that reaction live and unspoiled. Well, thank you.
Live and uncensored.
Have a wonderful 2 weeks. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time, 8 p.m. BST, for our next guest, whose identity I will leave a secret for now. Rest assured that there is a guest. Great. We'll see you later. Thank you for joining us. Blessings upon you, and join us in 2 weeks' time for the next Fandom Lives. Oh my god, it's so exciting. Ah. Ha ha ha. EBDB.